everyone, and welcome back to Just a Glimpse. We are at the final episode for season 2. It's been an interesting year yet again, and we had some good quality topics. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves thus far. I am doing this show to kind of give you guys a heads up of what I hope to have planned for season 3. I want to definitely change things around quite a bit. I felt that it was really hard for me to sustain the podcast as it is now, since it's so hard for me to find topics that I'm passionate about that aren't already overly discussed within other gaming related podcasts. So what I want to do what I'm looking at is to kind of go bigger and better for season 3. I'm thinking doing YouTube previews of the episode, so I want to try to get on an actual schedule, so that way you can get a new episode every week, or at least bi-weekly, and get back on track. This way you guys can, for those that prefer, seeing me face to face in a sense, you can go on YouTube and watch the premiere and see the video version of the show, and then I will continue to do an audio version of the show that'll be on Spotify and Apple and Google and Amazon. And on my website, so that way if those of you that like to just listen to the show while you're commuting to work, or taking the kids to their after school activities, or doing chores around the house, or what have you, those of you that still prefer the audio will still have it, and then we'll just kind of be upgrading to also having a video version as well. So that's the plan. I also want to kind of make the show more controversial. Maybe lean a little bit more away from gaming and start pushing more into just picking out things that are happening in society, whether it's political or not, and kind of just, going over that stuff, sharing my thoughts on how people are reacting to different things. Maybe we can go that route. We'll see how that goes, because gaming is a passion of mine, but like I said, when it comes to topics, anybody who does a gaming podcast or anything like that, or if they're YouTubers and they talk about gaming news, it's pretty oversaturated. And for those of you who might already listen to a good handful of different podcasts, you're already getting all that news as it happens. So it makes no sense for me to also go into something that you've already heard maybe 10 times already in the week. So I want to move away from that issue. So yes, that's the plan. I want to move away from having to deal with finding topics that aren't already overly discussed. Go more controversial, because this way everybody will have their own, take on things. You can, like my opinion, dislike my opinion. In the end, I don't really care. I just want to be heard. You're free to disagree. I just want to be able to voice how I feel about things and not feel like I have to censor myself so much because I'm worried about other people's feelings. It's time I only worry about my own and stop caring about what everybody else thinks about something. I want to be able to say what I think about something. So that is going to be a very scary venture for sure, doing that, because as a Twitch streamer, I've always been, it's ingrained in the Twitch streamer to not talk about things. Don't talk about controversial topics, politics, religion, other things, that are easily offensive to people. But I'm like, if we don't talk about certain things, then how are we supposed to learn about them, as well as how are we supposed to hear both sides of the story to formulate what needs to be changed and how we can improve it? We can't improve something if we just, pick a side and just agree with one side and never hear the other side out. That's not how change happens. We have to have an understanding of both sides to really be able to formulate proper plans to do things. So that's what I want to do. Season 3 is definitely going to be much more different than what I've done in season 1 and 2. I understand there's going to be people that aren't interested in that and they're going to move on. That's fine. I'll get new people that are interested in it and we'll go from there. But that's just, kind of what I want to do. And then also, I guess we'll do a wrap up for this year with this episode on the holidays. I didn't really do anything for Christmas. I didn't celebrate it. I also skipped my birthday this year. It's just been one of those years where I haven't really done much celebrating. It's just been a lot of super focus on buying a house, and it's been quite a rough journey trying to get a house. We had a contract for one, And then the appraisal ended up coming up much lower than what the seller wanted to sell for, so that contract fell through. So then it was a lot of, hunting down other houses. Our offers weren't picked, then hunting down more houses. We got under contract at a new house on Christmas Eve. An offer was finally accepted. So we're going through the process again, waiting for the appraisal to go through. Hopefully that all works out. And then if the appraisal works out, then everything should be, pretty straightforward into getting to closing, which will make me happy. And then there'll be less stress having to deal with where are we going to live, So hopefully that all works out. I'm trying to think of what else I kind of want to go over. Oh yeah, so because of all the housing stuff, like I said, I didn't celebrate my birthday this year because I had to do an emergency move. For those of you who aren't in my Discord or follow me on social media or watch my Twitch, you might not have known, but I had to do an emergency move. The house that I was renting, that we planned to stay in until we close on a house, we had to leave. The house was outdated when it came to wiring and stuff. It had an old fuse box. They never upgraded it to a breaker box circuit system, so we completely lost power, and the house wasn't really livable anymore, especially in the winter months. So the landlord had to move us into another house of his as an emergency move, so he could go in and gut the walls, update the wiring, and update the house and all that good fun stuff. So we had to do a move around my birthday, that I wasn't expecting to do. So my birthday got canceled, and then, we're still trying to close on a house, and so we pretty much canceled Christmas as well, because we're hoping once we close on the house, then we can celebrate and ask family for things that we might need for the house, getting started, so that would all work out then. So, sorry. So, I know, in season 1, I went over what I got for Christmas at the end of the season. I can't do that this year, as I don't have anything yet, but hopefully I can come back and say for Christmas, Joel and I got a house. That would be amazing if I can come back and say that, but as of right now, it's still pending, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. I'm trying to think of anything else that I can give you guys for an update on things. I wanted to just make sure that I came in before the December fully ended to give you the final episode of a little touch-up on what's happening. I think I kind of covered it, so yes, had to do an emergency move, still in the process of buying a house. I definitely want to change things around for Just a Glimpse, become more controversial, be braver about my own beliefs, and not be scared of sharing my beliefs like I have been over the years. I've never really gone full into saying what I want to say, because I've always was so worried about what other people thought, because I know that when it comes to my Twitch friends circle, most people are in a different political mindset than I am, and I know that what my beliefs are would always get, stepped on, and I would be chastised for my beliefs because I am basically the outsider in those thoughts compared to most people that I associate with. So I don't want to be scared anymore, and I want to just share my thoughts on things, and I'm hoping those who are not aligned the same way I am would at least be open-minded enough to hear me out and not just, cast me off because they disagree. We have to listen to people we disagree with. Like I said, that's how we grow. We can't learn what needs to be fixed if we just stay in an echo chamber and, just keep friends in our circle that are a bunch of yes men. We need to hear opposing views. I don't really know what else to go into. This is going to be very short and sweet. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist. If you guys have any recommendations on how you would like me to go about doing the show, I'm open to them, because I'm definitely, like I said, I am kind of in the process of doing a rebrand for Just a Glimpse, because like I've already said, it's just hard for me to pick topics I'm passionate about that haven't already been overly discussed by everybody and their grandmother on YouTube or other podcasting platforms. So I gotta move on to something that works better for me. We're gonna make this happen. It's gonna be a scary change. I hope you guys are gonna stay on the journey with me. And hopefully we'll have some big things, that'll come our way as we go on this journey together. So I want to thank every single one of you that still comes around and listens to my show, or hangs out on social media, or comes to my Twitch streams. You guys are all amazing. I definitely appreciate it. And yeah, like I said, this is gonna be season 3. When I come back with season 3, it's going to be, my hope is it's going to be very different than what you guys are used to, and it's going to shock and awe is what I'm hoping for. All right, thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your time. I don't know if some of you might still be celebrating some holidays yet, and Happy New Year to those of you, since it is December 30th right now, so New Year's is right around the corner. So I hope you all, have fun, stay safe, don't party too hard, get designated drivers, all that good stuff. You guys know the mix. So thank you guys, and hope to be back real soon. Take care, everyone. Prepare yourself for season 3. Are you someone who is into podcasts? Perhaps you want to have a really cool library where you can find some great podcasts to listen to on your commute to work. Or maybe you're looking to create one yourself. Well, let me tell you about Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast, all right? It's free. It has creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your PC. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you. Complete ease, hassle-free, so that way you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, as well as many more outlets. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Okay, folks? Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. It's fantastic. All right? And if you want to get started right now, all you got to do is download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.